You know, we love giving you some advice and telling you how you can protect yourself. And that's what we're going to do right now with a good friend of our, Kim Baer from the Baer Law Office. Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm pretty good, Lou. How about you?
Oh, we are great. Now, we realized that, 16 months ago or so is when we started this lockdown. A lot of people had to do some things differently, spend a lot of time at home. Maybe they started a small business, but there's some things that maybe they haven't thought about that you want to remind them is really a good idea to protect themselves. Tell everybody what we're talking about.
Yeah, Lou. We're talking about limited liability companies, also referred to as LLCs. And it's something that's recognized in Iowa, and they're pretty easy to set up and they're pretty important.
Now, we're talking businesses, even really small businesses. You really should protect yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times people say, "Oh, I don't need that. I'm a sole proprietor or I've got somebody and we're partners." And what people don't realize is that in Iowa, a sole proprietorship and a partnership does not protect your personal assets. So you need to either set up a company or a corporation, and it's a lot. The LLCs, I love them because they're easy and they're cheap, which most business owners care about. So
Right. And how difficult are they to maintain if you want to set one of these up?
they're very easy. Once we get them set up, then every 2 years, the Secretary of State's going to ask you to basically give them some information. And I think, Lou, I've worked with you in the past on it. It's a little card. You know, you certainly can hire a lawyer to do that for you, but it's very easy to do yourself. So I try to encourage my clients. I'm happy to take your money, but it's cheaper if you do it yourself.
So, what really is an LLC? What does it do for your business?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Lou. So, if I am just a person out there doing business and something happens, maybe I'm selling jewelry out of my house and somebody comes up and either maybe their child chokes on a bead or God forbid somebody dies or they break a leg or something like that. So something bad happens. If I don't have a company or a corporation, then that person's going to sue you personally. I mean, and so that's what's difficult, or all of your assets are at risk, your house, your savings, your car, everything. But if you set up an LLC, a limited liability company, or a corporation, then that gives a shield to all of your personal assets. And so if somebody's going to sue the business, they have to sue the LLC or the corporation.
Okay, so anything to do with the business, it has to go through the LLC. Now, what about people that own property, like rental property?
Yeah, that's another great area. I try to encourage all of my clients who have rental properties to set up an LLC for those rental properties, whether you do one for each property or you put all the properties under the LLC. With rental properties, we see owners and landlords being sued for vicious dogs. I've had a case where somebody fell down the steps and the railing had been installed improperly by the owner. So there's just all sorts of things where the landlord or the owner of the property could be liable.
You mentioned a couple of times that it's affordable and everybody should do it. What does it cost to set one of these up?
Right. So if you have a lawyer, you'll want to reach out to them and ask them what they charge. In our office, we charge $500 for a one-member LLC, and that includes the $50 filing fee with the state of Iowa. So, and then once you're set up, I mean, you're really pretty good to go. So that's the nice thing. And with an LLC, you don't have to file extra tax returns. Everything just passes through and goes on to your personal tax return. So it's really pretty easy, and it just gives you so much protection. So I really plead with my clients to do this at the beginning.
Okay, you just got done talking about a one-person LLC with one person in control. Do they have ones that maybe only a couple of people as opposed to like a big company?
Yes. And so we charge a little bit more money if there's going to be more than one member, because then we have to do what's called an operating agreement that basically is the contract between the owners saying, here's what's going to happen if we can't agree. Here's how many people have to vote for X, Y, or Z. So it's a little bit more expensive if you have more than one person, but it's well worth it, and it's a one-time expense.
And how long of a process is it from the time they contact you to get one set up?
We we usually can get it done within about a week. If you're really in a hurry, we can do it, even usually quicker than that. The problem is sometimes people are sued and then they call and want to set up an LLC and it's too late. So we certainly can do it, but that lawsuit is not going to be affected by a new LLC. So you want to do it now.
Yeah, so take care of it. People will need to get a hold of you and help the process get started. And maybe they have some questions, they can talk to you about that. What's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
Sure. We have two phone numbers. We have the 515-279-2000 or, of course, 515-INJURED. So just give us a call. We'd be happy to help.
Kim Baer, great job as always. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Bye, Lou.
Okay, go out and enjoy the sunshine.
I will.